Bayou Times Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Times Sports. I'm Stan Gravois, and the Southland Conference Media Days are happening over there in San Antonio. This year, San Antonio is hosting along in conjunction with the Texas High School Athletic Association conference that's going on. So that tells you how big high school football is over in Texas. Again, Southeastern always the big opponent of Nichols, the big rival, and it's going to be that last Thursday night again this year as they'll be competing for the River Bell Trophy. Coach Selfo always does a terrific job with the Lions there, and they are expected to be one of the front runners in that conference this year. We were fortunate enough to hear Coach Selfo talk a little bit about what we might expect from his Lions this year. Here we go, a little glimpse into the Southeastern Lions 2025 football season.
Great opportunity for us here to showcase who we are as a conference. I think that we have really stepped up our game, getting us out there, getting us some national exposure. You've been a great part of that, James, and we really appreciate that. And then, the city of San Antonio being gracious and hosting us. And I think that when you look back, the experience for these players is what's the most important thing, and happy to be able to bring these two guys with us.
And let's start. We're going to open with questions for the student athletes first. And so, Cade, Caleb, I want to ask both of you as returners. I imagine there's got to be a little hunger there after just one missing out on the Southland title and then missing out on the playoffs. So talk about your focus going into the 2025 season. Let's start with Cade, and then we'll go to Caleb.
Yes, sir. I would say it all comes down to the details. Like I said, we lost a lot of games. Well, not a lot of games. We lost games by 3 points last year, and that comes down to the small details. The way you do the small things is the way you do the all things, and I stand on that. So losing the conference, we lost the conference by 1 game last year to UIW. So this year we'll be able to compete a lot better, and that's it.
Caleb?
We just we're returning a lot of guys, and like Cade said, it's the details. We lost by 3 points. So we've really been harping on finding 3 points, and a big thing this year is we don't want to leave it into anybody else's hands of the outcome of our season. We want to, do our job, do the things that we know we can do, and, let the chips fall where they fall. We don't want to leave it up to anybody else. So that's really the main thing, just taking care of our business, doing the things that we know we can do, and just handling business.
Caleb, as a leader on the defensive side, talk about what you've seen so far from spring practices into summer workouts. What are you seeing from that group? What gets you excited for the defensive side this year?
You see a player-led side of the ball. It's a very mature side of the ball. We got a lot of guys that have been around. They played a lot of ball. A lot of guys that know how to win. So, it's just very exciting. You feel like as you go on, and I've been here a while, you see a lot more execution, a lot more attention to detail. Guys are where they need to be when they need to be. So it's just a very mature group, and very excited for that.
Kate, it's the same thing on the offensive side. What did you see in spring ball? What have you seen in summer workouts, and what gets you excited from the offensive side?
Yes, sir. Like Caleb said, we have a very mature team coming back this year. We have 25 seniors. Everybody. What's the question? What was the question again? Excited. Oh, excited. Okay. We're a very mature team. I'm excited to go out there and compete and, give it our all.
So, Hammond is a beautiful city. It's a small town community there in Louisiana. Can you guys talk about what Hammond means to the two of you and what kind of home field advantage you have there at home?
Hammond's a great spot, man. I got here 3 years ago and never knew what it was before I got here. And this place has grown on me so much. The community, the fans, when it comes to football or just sports in general, they're there. They rally behind us. And, our job is just to make sure we give them a great show. This place is amazing, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah, I got to Southeastern in 2020, and I had no idea what it was either. And I instantly fell in love with the small community, the fans, the coaches, and everything about it. I like how it felt like it was a regular hometown. There's pretty much it.
You guys are located right there, kind of central Louisiana. A lot of in-state rivalries with McNeese and Nichols and all the schools right there around you, Northwestern State. Who would you two personally, I guess we can start on the left and move over again, but who would you two personally say is your number one rival just for you as an individual in the league?
Rival. Rival's a tough question, because I've been here 3 years. Rival can been coming on for years. It can been something that's going on, but we lost by 3 to UIW last year, so that's just tough. That's something that holds on my shoulders. So that would be my individual rival. But obviously the rival for this school is Nichols, the River Belt Classic. You get a trophy if you win that game. So obviously there's some, that's a big game when you play down there in Thibodaux.
To follow up what Caleb said, I would say the River Belt Classic is probably our biggest rival, but us and UIW, it's always a great game, and they're becoming our close second.
That was a look at the Southeastern Lions. Probably Nichols' biggest rival. River Belt Trophy going to be played that last Thursday of the year, but remember, it's the first weekend that we're really looking out for the Colonels as they take on Incarnate Word. That is on November 23rd. Hope you can come out to John L. Guidry and support our Colonels as they open up the season. And again, we wish them all safe travels as they have been at the Southland Conference Media Days over in San Antonio, and all those schools will be getting after it this upcoming week, at the end of the week, and starting next week. We are in football season. Whether you like it or not, get ready. It's right around the corner. Got to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.